Okay, this is a uniform motion problem, very similar to work problems, by the way, but they're doing a particular type of work. They're going a distance, and it's going to be a rate times a time. All right? So a freight train runs 6 miles an hour less than a passenger train. So the freight train's going slower, right? So if I wrote this down, I got a passenger train and I got a freight train. And I'm going to put down distance, the rate, and time. And I'm just going to, for arbitrary reason, call this D1, R1, T1. And this would be D2, R2, T2. Now, I want to point out, looking at it, what I do know is something with the rates right from the get-go. Now, it may not be useful, but I do know this. It says a freight train runs 6 miles an hour less than the passenger train. So if the passenger train's rate is R, the freight train's rate would be R minus 6. He's going 6 miles per hour slower than the passenger train, all right? It runs 80 miles in the same time the passenger train goes 112 miles. So they say the same time. So I'll put X and X. You can use T if you like. And how many miles? I'll write this down. So what do you get? The passenger train does 112 miles, whereas the freight train does 80 miles, all right? They want to find the rate of each train. Now what I know distance equals rate times time, so I could write this down. So let's just look at this guy over here. So it's going to be 112 equals Rx. Again, if you don't want to use the X, you can use the T. It's not going to change the problem. And over here, you would get 80 equals R minus 6 times X, rate times time. So I'm going to solve for X. When you get 112 over R is equal to X, and this would be 80 over R minus 6 is equal to X. And I think I can see that as being a simple equation now. And what's the equation going to be? 112 over R is equal to 80 over R minus 6. I'm going to multiply both sides by the LCD. Some people call it cross multiplication, whatever works, all right? 112 times R minus 6 equals 80R. I'm the kind of person who likes to get the numbers to be a little bit smaller. I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And you're going to get, let's see, 56. R minus 6 would be 40R. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to divide by 2 again. You would get 28. R minus 6, 20R. Wow, I can divide by 4 now. What do you get? 7. R minus 6 equals, I'm dividing by 4, by the way, 5R. Looks pretty simple now, by the way. 7R minus 42 equals 5R. Subtract 5R from both sides, you get 2R, and add 42 to both sides, you get 42, and R would be 21. So the rate of the passenger train is going to be 21 miles per hour, and the rate of the freight train is 21 minus 6, which is 15 miles per hour. Let me show where they're written down for you. And again, we're just kind of working our way through the key. And you want to do this too. The passenger train, as we stated, 21 miles per hour, and the freight train, as we just stated, 15 miles per hour. Thank you.